for this. And I have asked God, like, to give me the team and just to help me be the leader that my team needs and to help guide me to the people who need this, who need me in their life, lead me to the people who I need in my life, because we never know what kind of person that we're going to encounter that can change our lives. And so, like, I'm just constantly, honestly, and you may not be like a super religious person, but I am like, just every day, like, thanking God, like, for everything that he has given me so far and everything that he has blessed our family and our team with. And I just keep asking for more, and I ask him to help me handle it. And it's just like the blessings just keep coming, and it's like an amazing thing. We're all doing, I probably have 15 girls in Momentum Movement this time. I posted about it and I said, listen, like, I know this is an investment. It's $150, but it's well worth your money, because I can tell you the things that Brooke and Emily are saying, but it doesn't mean anything until you hear it come from their mouth. And so I probably have, underneath Andrea Derrick is me, and then Emily and Jody, and they're my two emeralds now. And between our legs, there's like 15 girls in Momentum Movement. And so we're using things that they're giving us. Just basically, every person that starts with us, we're asking them to get at least one person. Like, if you sign up with me tonight, I'm going to say, I want you to find one person to do this with, just one person. And I tell my team, your job is not done until you find that one person. And so that's what we're doing. Your job's not done until you have the one. And it's just asking, because what do you have to lose by just asking? Like, you do not know. And so we're asking everybody for that one person. We tell them, you're 86% more projected to, have success and better results with the products if you do this with a friend. So who do you do everything with? Is it your mom, your aunt, your best friend? Who do you do everything with? Like, let's talk to them. Do they have 15 minutes and we can hop on a FaceTime or a quick Zoom call or whatever? And let's talk to them. I try and hide in my bathroom, but it's, they figured that out where I go. So, see, watching.
Why do you not hide in why do you not hide in a better spot?
Hide in a better spot. That's probably what I should do, right? Oh, anyway, so we are just asking everybody to do, the one, and asking them to make a simple post. Yeah, oh Lord, now they both found me. Sorry. Now it's going to get a little chaotic. Watch. So we are doing that. They post a simple post. Anything that you use for a breakout post is going to be fine. I really don't feel like there's any set thing that's going to be right or wrong. Just have them tell their story. Like, listen, my friend Brianna started for digestion. She's had so much more energy. She can, improve her everyday life now as a mom. And I want that for myself. This is no junk, clean ingredients. Like, who wants to feel better with me? I mean, it can be so simple. I do have them post a selfie with it. That way it is their face. I have them make it public and have them tag me in it or tag the sponsor, whoever got them started. That's my directions for that. And then, of course, I even give them the times to post. I'm like, post this in the morning or at night. The 7 to 9 in the morning or the 7 to 9 at night is when it's best to post. So I have them do that. Lots of Zoom calls, like this is my life. And I did not realize when people said, like, the diamonds were like, just get used to the Zooms, like, get used to your schedule being full. And I just kept thinking, like, I don't know how much fuller it's going to get. Like, I don't know how I could possibly get any fuller. And constantly I'm on Zooms. I'm on Zooms while I eat dinner. I'm on Zooms while I drive home. And that's just what we do. And so when I told my leaders, like, don't tell me that you don't have time for another Zoom call, because you better fit it in, because your team needs you. And so, like, if they're available at 7, then you better be available at 7. Like, move dinner to 6:30. Like, tell your family tonight, hey, at 7 o'clock, I have this Zoom. I'll be back with you at 7:30. Like, just fit it in. They just ate dinner without me. It's just, it's just the way it is. So we are constantly new Zooms with new people. I get them on. We're showing them the back office, just simple things like what the perks means, what where to find their points, where to find the perk report, just simple things, not anything overwhelming. I always make them download the Engage app. That way they can send their 3 samples, and then they can send videos from the Engage app. So we're constantly doing that. With anybody who is working on your team, and what I see is working is posting. Who's posting on your team? Because if they're posting, then that is considered working to me, and they want something from it. And so I make sure that I know what they want from it. That way I can meet them where they are, because if they're not all in, they're not going to get all of my time because they're not all in. But if they want this and they want to go gold, or they want to go senior gold, then we're going to do this, and we're going to be in constant contact. I'm going to ask you, did you do your ask today? Have you posted a story today? Have you made a post? Who have you reached out to on your team who could make a post? Just simple things like that. And then on the Zooms with your leaders, like, you're getting the people who they're working with. So you're constantly knowing like who is doing the things, what their goal is. And really, like, I do that at the beginning of the month. Like, the first 3 days of the month are insane for us, because it's like, what's your goal? How are you going to get there? And I want to know who your leaders are. I want to know who you're working with, and where are your numbers. If you need 25 people this month, I want to see on paper where those 25 people are coming from. And I know that on the 15th, that map is going to change. Like, I get that. But I want to know right now in your projection where those 25 points are going, or those 25 people are going to come from. Heather's going to add 3. Her one person's going to go silver. Jen's going to go silver. One of her people are going to go silver. And that 25 adds up fast if you can get one person to go get 3. And then if you can duplicate that and get that one person to get 3 out of that 3, and that's how this fire has exploded. It's just like that. So it's just like when Emily signed up Jody in May of last year. Emily was not even working the business at that time. And so here, can we just get up and go to a different room, please? That would be so much better. Thank you. So I talked to Jody like she was my level 1 at that time, because Emily was not working the business. And because she wasn't working the business, I said, hey, like, if you could find 3 people, we can help get your products, paid for. And that was when I was just doing it like that at that time. And Jody was like, well, sure, I'll make a post or whatever. And so she posted one time, and like, her Facebook community was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? I want to know what you're doing. And that's when I started working with Jody. And Emily, I messaged Emily and I literally said, do you see what's happening? You're about to hit gold for the very first time this month. And she's like, I know. She was like, I keep praying to God to bring me something for extra income. And he literally slapped me in the face this morning and said, Emily, it's right here. And so ever since, it's been Emily and Jody, and we've just ran. And when people add, we're like, do this. You post, you find somebody to do this with, like, get them on Zoom calls. And it's just the simple duplicatable things. And I'm telling you, Zoom calls and chat threads, like, my mind could explode with the chat threads and the Zoom calls. But my team has a chat. I have a leader chat that's only for my people who like really work. That way, if like people are on perks, I can say, hey, Jen, Heather, blah, 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 like, you need to go check perks. Like, and if you haven't, like, you need to let me know so I can reach out to these people. And that's like 10 of my girls. My team chat probably has like 30 people in it. And it's just like kind of all my silvers, all the people just kind of like doing the things. And in the mornings, like, I try and send them something inspirational, or like a quote, or like, hey, here's a message I sent last night that worked, or hey, here's a post that you can send today, or a post you can make today. Just feeding them things constantly. Like, we really forget that these people come in here and they have no clue what they're doing, like zero. Like, and so Andrea Derrick, she says, like, if somebody came into your team, could a 3-year-old do what you're doing? Like, is it that dumb, like dumbed down? Could a 3-year-old do what you're doing? And so that's when we like took a step back and we made systems, and we made systems for everything. So when somebody signs up, you do this, this, and this. When they get a friend, you do this, this, and this. And it's just like simple. And then that way, like, everybody's like doing the same things, and we're all rowing in the same direction because we're all using the same system. So like, as leaders, like, I feel like you have to kind of get together and decide like, what is your system going to be, and just create it and implement it. And you can't say 2 weeks later it didn't work, because you've not even given it a chance. Like, try for 60 days, 90 days. And then if that doesn't work, then you fix it. But like, all of our stuff came from Emily and Brooke. Like, we just ran that very first momentum movement that we did like last May, like, just like blew my mind completely. And Andrea was just like, I'm putting this in our team page and we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. And we just like started fresh. And it took the leaders that had been with me for a while to like get into the group, because they still wanted to do it their way. But now that they're seeing like the newer part of my team explode, they're like, okay, like, I guess we'll do it your way. And so they're starting to catch on. And so you just have to be willing to like learn, and be willing to fail, and just keep pushing forward, basically. I mean, that's really all it is. We do a silver chat thread. So did he just deliver your dinner?
She's working for your dinner.
No, he delivered me ice cream. Isn't that lovely?
Oh, well, that's even better. I was like, that's so sweet. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, so I just really digging in, and like the chat thread with the silvers, all of even my sideline sisters, we all run that chat, because it is a lot of work, because it's like every day, did you post? Did you put a story? Here's a message to send. And it's the constant mommy and baby, like the mama bird has to feed the nest. And so they're not going to do anything unless I say, hey, here's your post. Hey, send this message to 3 people. Like, you know, like, it really just takes that, like, that guidance, and you just have to be bold about it. And the more bold you are and the more confident you are, the better off it's going to be. Because if you're like, well, I know I'm busy too, and I know it takes a lot to like post and send 3 no, go poop and send 3 messages, you know, like, seriously. Like, I think it's Michelle Thomas that says, like, if you got time to poop, you got time to make 6 figures. Like, just go do it, like, squeeze it in. And my girls have caught the vision. And I think they've caught the vision just because like so much has happened all at once, but it's just feeding them constantly, like diamond docs. And like, we constantly shout people out. Like, every time somebody adds somebody in my team chat, I'm like, you better drop it here, because if not, I'm coming in here to do it at the end of the night. And so they're like, just added a level 4, just got a credit card fixed, just got a subscription fixed, you know, or under 100 PV fixed. And it's just constant all day, this like amazing, like, you know, because everybody's like, oh, well, she's fixing credit cards, I better go check my credit cards, you know, like. And it's just that community, really, like, that's another thing that I would really say is you have to build that community. Emily's side of my team has that community. When she comes into town, we all go to lunch. There's usually about 10 or 15 of us, and we all go to lunch, and it's not Plexus related. We just go and laugh and have fun. You know, just, and I'd say getting them to events, but there are no events right now. So like, make your own events, you know, like, I don't wait on like anybody to do anything. Like, if I feel like I have a lot of prospects that are just brewing, like on the fly, I'll say, tomorrow I'm doing a health Zoom at 8:30, get your people on. And it's just like, it doesn't matter. Like, at 8:30 tomorrow, I'm going to do a health Zoom, like, get your people on. And it's just creating those events on the fly and saying, here's the message to invite to it. I'll see you at 8:30 tomorrow. Send them a sample if they come. You know, you can do anything like that. We do that a lot, like during the week. If we found that the Thursday event didn't work, we'll pop something in our testimony group on Sunday. And because we have our own testimony group, and then we'll start posting stuff on Sunday, or we'll have 3 or 4 people go live on Sunday and share their stories. It's honestly constant. And I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm really not, because it's just the same things over and over again. And it seems so crazy, but like when my team was not in momentum, I felt like I was legit all over the place. I felt like I never worked my business because I didn't know what to ever do. Who was I reaching out to? Who did I need to work with? Like all these things. And now it's like, I know who I need to work with. I know that I need to post in my silver chat thread. I know I need to check in with my leaders. Like I know that I need to do my few asks, you know. And then like on the 15th of the month, Emily and I went through and we checked you know how you can click things in your back office, team points. You can go over and click team points twice, and who had 5 points, who had 10 points, who's close to silver, like who can get one more person, who's close to super silver or senior silver, you know, like, and just working with those people. And they may be my level 5, but I'm going to them and I'm like, hey Heather, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. I can't believe you have 30 or like you've helped 7 friends this month, you know, like I'm so excited for you. I can't, you know, wait to work with you. I'm excited that you're in my community, you know, whatever. And then it's like, what's your goal for the month? And they're like, well, you know, I might want to add a few more friends. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did you know you're like 3 people from your next rank? And so it's like just constantly like in the back office, and I'm reaching down. And like last night I was on a Zoom call with my levels 5 and 6. Emily was busy, and so I took over. Like I know that there's leaders that would not ever do that because that's a level 5 and 6. But like that's what we're doing, and that's really what's working. It's just loving on anybody that's in the team and just like really like working with them, getting their goals, and just being there for them, like, and just cheering them on. Like I sat down the first weekend of March and I wrote out like 20 cards, like level 6, congratulations on hitting silver, like super proud of you, you know, like I'm here, you know, whatever. Just took me like an hour, you know what I'm saying? Just, but when people get that and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for, you know, your support or whatever, like that little note, no gift, look how far that went, you know? And when you have that community, those people aren't going to go anywhere because they feel loved and they feel supported and they're a part of something. And we all know that we want to be like a part of something. So really it's just those things, and getting down to your systems and like how you're going to work your business and like getting your numbers down. Like, and I have a lady on my team and I reached out to her like a week ago and I was like, what's your projected points this month? And she was like, I don't know. She was like, it never comes out right. So I'm not even like going to mess with it. I was like, wait, what? You're not going to mess with your projected points? Yes, you are, because I need to know like where you're headed. Like you're just shooting a blank dart into outer space right now. If you don't know what your projected points are, like I need you to go into your back office and figure out your projected points so we know what goal to make you, right? So it's like these little things that like the team, I think just like I don't need to do that. Like I'm not doing that. Like I don't need projected points. Like you need projected points. Like you need to know where you're going and like what's your goal and how are you going to get there. And so in just a minute, yes. And so just really pinpointing them and not letting them slide by with crap. I mean, honestly, because some of my teams, like, I'm busy. I'm like, girl, I get it. Girl, I get it. Like, don't come here with that. Like, I love you. Like, I know life's busy, like, whatever, but like, don't come here with that, you know? Like, Emily's husband's best friend passed away the month that she went Emerald. Like, and she was gone almost 4 days away from the team, but the rest of the team and I covered her, you know, and that's what we're here for. That's what happens, you know? So you just have to build up that camaraderie basically and have that, you know, that support system going. And when you love on people and you're, yes, and you're supporting them and you're doing those things, like it just really, it comes. And like I said, like it just
Wow,
praying.
her house looks like the taller than the
Yeah.
window.
Your house is nice, Jen. Your window looks really nice. Oh, he's so funny. Oh, but does that look like our friends? And so personal development, like in my car, I don't listen to the radio anymore. Like in the mornings, I do listen to my like praise music on the way to work, but on the way home from work, it's a podcast or it's a YouTube training, on the way to get Kennedy in gymnastics or while I'm doing dishes or I'm folding laundry. Like I have my AirPods in and I'm listening to something, reading a book. I have The Slight Edge right now. I'm actually rereading it with my team. It's been slow for us because it's like, did you read last night? And they're like, no, it's crazy. I didn't get to read. And so, but just always having something like positive in your ear and something to grow yourself at the same time. Because I feel like if you're not growing yourself, like then your team's not growing yourself. I think it's Christina Williams. She says your team's doing about half of what you are. And like, that's like, ooh, that's not good. That's not good. So it's like, you want them to be like always constantly growing themselves, pushing forward and like doing the things. So I send them YouTubes and I'm like, listen, I know it's like, I've sent you 4 this week, but put them on their list. And so the next time you're in the car or you're folding laundry or you're washing dishes, like listen to the call. And so I've got my girls now, they're like, I'm driving and I'm listening to this YouTube training. It's amazing. And so it's like, it takes off. It just takes time. Like the first few weeks I did that, like I have had like 1 or 2 girls be like, oh, that call was really good. And now it's like all 10 of them are like, yes, that was amazing. And so I follow, of course, Emily and Brooke, Brittany Howard and Christina Williams. Those 2 work together just like Brooke and Emily do. They're best friends and their YouTube videos are amazing. And Christina Williams is very red type A. She's going to say what she's going to say. It's going to hurt your feelings and it's going to step on your toes. But afterwards you're like, she's right. She's right. Like that's what I needed to hear. So I always listen to them. Trying to think. I know there's some other ones that I have like plugged into, but those are the ones that constantly are popping into like my notifications because I'm like subscribed and have the alerts turned on. That way I know when they like put something on their YouTube. The Life Coach School is my favorite podcast with Brooke Castillo, I think is her name. And Jody Moore is one of Emily Gibson's favorites, and that is a coach under Brooke Castillo. Very like positive, like mindset type things. She has a lot of things on mompreneurs and like 6-figure women and the money mindset, being successful. So that's kind of helped me too, because I was like really big on the imposter syndrome that I didn't deserve this. And like, what did I do to earn this? Like, this wasn't for me, those types of thoughts that you start to get. So that mindset training has really helped me. Really, I feel like I've given you guys like so much and I feel like all over the place. You guys have questions or anything?
Okay, so this was awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we have like 8 minutes before we're gonna get cut off on my Zoom. But do you know when Emily and Brooke start a new momentum movement thing? Like how often do they do those things?
The last one was in November. So I feel like it's every few months.
Okay.
And they're writing a book right now too.
Are they really? Wow.
They are. So they're mad women. I don't know how they do it. But yeah,
this stuff was so valuable. I appreciate it so much. I felt like I needed somebody to just like, that's what you need to do. And
a lot of times, what you need to do is just being like kind of like shoved in that direction. Like you get those feelings. And so it's like, just do it. Like, just run with it, put in something into place and just do it. Like, just run with it. And like I said, don't give up in 2 weeks and say, oh, it didn't work, my team's not doing it. Like, just keep trying and just keep doing it. And that's something that has really, really helped us. Like, and I'll text Andrea and I'm like, nobody's doing it. Nobody sent their messages last night. Nobody invited to the challenge or whatever. And she's like, Brianna, stop. It's okay. Like, so it's like, you just have to kind of like, and you have to have that person that you can come to, you know, and it's not really like a vent session or like, I'm not complaining, but you have to have somebody to like bounce those ideas off of and be there for you. Like, when you do have a bad day, that can pick you up off the ground and give you a little slap of reality. Like, Andrea's like tough love 9,000. Like, sometimes I'm like, man, why'd I say that to her? Because I'm like, I don't want to hear this right now. But it's like, I know that's like what I need to be doing. And so I know they say that too. Like, if it, you know, if it's pushing you out of your comfort zone, it makes you feel scared. I'm like, I don't want to do this. And then that most of the time is exactly what you need to be doing. So podcast, like personal growth, read the books, listen to the podcast, and just like put things into place and just run with them. Like, get your leaders, get them on a call, make a team calendar, like do Michelle stuff, and then like have your own stuff going on too. You know, like we do a challenge box every 2 weeks. We do a health event every Thursday night. If the health events don't do well on Thursdays, we do something on Sunday. Just always having like things just popping that they can invite to. But I mean, if you guys have any questions, and Heather like talks to me on Facebook, so you guys can just like ask her and I can, but really that's it. Like, it's not anything like magical at all. It's just,
well, it's working. I mean, and like
right.
It's stuff that like, it's stuff that I've heard before, but I liked how just matter of fact you were, and just, you know, gave me the list of the things to do. And good. You know, so and like I said before, it's when it comes from you, to me it seems credible, because I know you are a busy full-time working mom too. And it's like, okay, you know, stop the excuses, Heather. She, you know, because I'm always like, probably like you have been, like, in the summer I'll really kick butt, you know. And I'm trying to survive right now, but now
yes.
And when I see like yours that are killing it, it's like, what I need, you know, we need to be killing it too. Like, it's working for other people, and girls deserve that. So
I think I was like scared to be this busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to handle anymore. Like, I don't think I can do it. And like, the busier, honestly, I know it sounds so crazy. The busier my evenings get, the more like, like things have to happen right now, and it's going to happen right now. Like, homework has to be at 7 because mom's busy after 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it like has to be done. Like, there's no time for it not to happen at that time. So it kind of like has helped get our schedule like down, and I like have the hourly schedule. And so like at this time, this happens, like, you know, so just be hard on yourself, like really. And like, sometimes it is very like, I say overwhelming. I know that's not the word, because like I'm in action and overwhelm comes from no action, but it's like so many things are going on in my head. It's like, okay, get yourself together really quick, write down what you need to do, get it in order, and just go. Like, you don't have time to sit and like dwell out that you're busy, you know, and you're tired. Like, you just earned like your whole teaching salary, you know, in the past few months, you know, so it's just like, just do it and be quiet. Like, it's really so, but yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions for her? I mean, yeah, I can always reach out to her later, but
I have a question
before we get cut off.
My question is, how do you, since you don't talk about the business side of things, how do you get people to catch that vision?
We do, like, if they are interested, then I'm like, oh girl, like, we can do this. Like, if that's what you want, you tell me your impact number. And Emily like taught me that. She's like, she asked them their impact number. What's your impact number? Like, what is going to change your family's life this month? Is it $300? Is it $500? Do you need $1,000 a month? Like, what do you need? And then like when they like tell me that impact, I'm like, okay, this is what you need to do. It's going to take you about 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Like I need you to work with me. And so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's just getting them into action, getting them to be a part of the team page, getting them into the team chat, and seeing that like really just like is what like explodes them and gets them into that. You know what I'm saying? Because then they're like, oh my gosh, this girl's doing this and this girl's doing this. Well, I want to be like her, you know? And so it builds that belief.
Can you turn off here?
Yes. So that's really how it happens. I feel like most people are accidental business builders anyways. Like most people don't come into this and say like, I want to earn 6 figures. But I feel like that's becoming more common. Like my girls are now like quickly catching that, like, and I want to do this. Okay. And whether you've made 6 figures yet or not, you act like it. Like you're like, I can help you do this. Like I've got a friend that does this and I can show you what we do, you know? So and that's something that Brooke and Emily has taught us too. You just have to like, you put yourself in that role already.
Okay.
Thank you, Brianna, so much for your time.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So appreciate it.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Go get Sapphire.
I know, like I still have issues. I'm like, I didn't do this. It's not me. It's not me.
Oh my gosh.
It's so hard. Like I'm not a person that like accepts compliments well. I'm like, no.
Well, you deserve it for sure. So
thank you. We're definitely blessed. That is for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You deserve it.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right.
You guys.
Thank you.
You guys go do it.
All right.
Get your plan.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
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 You're welcome.